From unemployment to the Champions League trophy, it's crazy how this challenge hasn't been completed yet. But from a goalkeeping howler in one Champions League final to penalty kicks 2 seasons later, luck has not been on my side. And this is despite me creating the most dominant team in the world, going unbeaten in all competitions. But after Dad just about qualified for the Champions League with Brentford this season, he is distracted by 2 new shiny jobs in the Premier League in Tottenham and Chelsea. Despite neither side having Champions League football next season, Dad still entertained the idea of moving to Chelsea because their team is very good. And it might be 1 step back to take 2 steps forward, and he applied for the role. What has a big impact on Dad's decision is that Brentford's finances are so bad, and he has 60% only of the transfer revenue split with no money to spend. Meanwhile, the biggest problem I was facing was my goalkeeper was retiring. But after applying for just the Chelsea job, Dad was then invited for an interview for them, Spurs and Napoli. But the other 2 were just a lot less appealing. And after the Chelsea interview went so well, he turned down Spurs and Napoli and is set to join. And just like that, Dad is offered the role at Stamford Bridge and is happily accepting in what he thinks could be a big step up for him. Chelsea are, after all, willing to back him, and he's already bringing in world-class players. Well, Dad, you found your way to London Chelsea this time round.
Yes, big thank you to Brentford, but I just don't think Brentford can go all the way to the Champions League final. So I'm taking a big chance here, and I'm taking a season out of the Champions League, and hopefully that you don't win the Champions League while I'm out of it.
Well, that's
and fingers crossed that I can get Chelsea back into the Champions League next season.
Yeah, because last season, of course, Brentford finished in 4th place.
Yes.
Got a Champions League finish. Chelsea were down in 9th.
Yeah. I think when you look at the 2 squads,
gamble.
It is a big gamble. When you look at the 2 squads, though, it's hard to believe that Chelsea are out of the Champions League.
Yeah, that team is unbelievable.
Yeah, so it's a big gamble because I'm taking the season out, and you could win it in the season, and I might look silly then, but I just can't see Brentford.
Finances were terrible.
Yeah, they weren't giving me no money, so
No.
I think I took them as far as I possibly could. We done well. Thank you very much.
But you spent £163 million at Chelsea. You sold £83 million, but
Yep.
the players that you brought in, you can see, are next level. Left-footed centre-back here in Lonsdale, £90 million. £5 million for actually a really good 20-year-old Mexican midfielder. That's a good pickup. And Julian Weikert from Bayer Leverkusen, another striker who's world-class, like 20 composure, good off the ball, pace.
Yeah, it's all good, isn't it? I've just gone right for the spine.
Yeah.
Centre defender, midfielder, striker.
So you've set it up like this.
Yeah.
It's kind of a 4-3-3 in one way. Like if you look at attacking-wise, midfield-wise, defending, and you're nailing in Alvarez and Schmetz, who's a player that is already at the club and really good.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at Chelsea's squad in general, some of these players are fantastic, and you can see why you decided to come here. Very good right-back, world-class right-back, another world-class centre-back to go alongside what you already had. Araujo up front. I mean, look at him. He's phenomenal as well, the Peruvian.
Yeah.
El Mohammadi. They got some different nations in here. I'll give them that because they're 4 different nations. Uruguay, Serbia, Peru, and Egypt. I mean, he's really good as an attacking midfielder. And then it obviously goes down to the player that you bought there. And it continues to be a really good team that you've got here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. The tactic is set up like that. You started the season not too great, though. Lost 2 games already, 1 to Manchester City and 1 to Newcastle, but you did beat Arsenal.
Yeah.
And you haven't conceded a goal in the games that you won.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Araujo's already picked up 4 goals in 1 game there for against Birmingham, which is in the second round of the Cup. But in the league, you've only won 2 games out of your 4, so that might be a problem because you are trying to qualify for a competition, and you need to start.
I'm just
winning
hoping
games.
they're just blending in now and getting used to playing the system that I've got them playing. So fingers crossed, it'll crack on now.
Okay, well, over the other side of the race to the Champions League at Bayern Munich, I also spent a little bit of money. I sold £41 million worth of players, and I also lost the likes of Lavia, who was a big part of the club. But I signed Jean Neves on a free transfer, good signing, 33. Then I brought in Bailuz, who was a good goalkeeper, so not a bad little keeper there for 45 million. And then I went big for Adilson Hurdy from Manchester United, £90 million, who can play right back and left back. My main weakness was my fullbacks, so he comes in and he can do both. That's the reason why. Sticking with the 4-4-2-2, why wouldn't I change it after getting to another Champions League final? I can't believe we lost it without losing a single game. But the best 11 pretty much is like that. Hurdy comes into that left back. Bailus goes in goal. And again, we started off not too great either, because out of the 3 Bundesliga games that I've played, I've drawn 2 of them, which is unlike us.
Yeah.
Still haven't lost.
No.
But it's unlike us. Now, of course, I'm still in the Champions League. I need to win it this season, take advantage of it. I've got very close twice. And this is the teams that I've got to play. Some difficult games in there, to be fair. Liverpool, Dortmund, Barcelona, Newcastle.
You should still qualify, though.
Should still. Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's find out. Let's crack on with the season, see how it goes. I was certainly finding this season much harder than the last. For one thing, I was actually losing matches. And in the Champions League phase, I was down in the knockout playoff spot in 13th position. And although I was still top of the Bundesliga, I had already been knocked out of the DFB Pokal. However, Dad wasn't finding it so easy either, unfortunately, at Chelsea. Even losing to his former team Brentford 1-0 when Grondin scored a banger. In fact, his form was so bad he was currently in 7th place, just a position ahead of his old team and 5 points off the top 4. But Dad not only needed to qualify for the Champions League, he needed to pray that I didn't win it this season, because I was starting to pick up form in the competition, knocking out Benfica, followed by fellow German side Leipzig. I then played Dad's former team Brentford and smashed them in the quarterfinals, but this is where Dad's sigh of relief could be heard around Europe, as PSG defeated me in the semi-finals 6-5 on aggregate. He just needed to hope that his Chelsea's turn of form in the second half of the season would be enough to qualify for the Champions League next year. I mean, you are so lucky. It's so lucky.
Yep.
You had to beat Sheffield United on the final day. You did that 3-1 to go into the Champions League spot. But the only reason why you won you won a qualification for the Champions League is because, well, 1, I didn't make it to the final, but 2, Arsenal made it to the final, beat PSG, which meant there was another spot going in the Premier League. So that's so fortunate for you.
Well, maybe my luck's turned, eh?
Can't believe that. So, the FA Cup, you won that one as well, Dan.
Yes.
4-2 against Newcastle.
Cup. Yes, get in.
Runner-up in the Carabao Cup. Arsenal beat you to that, who had a good season. Champions League and Carabao Cup winners. Man City ran away with the league by a mile.
Only lost 4.
I am shocked at how... I mean, no, they finished 9th, but this team was champion level. They should be winning the league. Yeah. That's how good they are.
Yeah.
So I am quite shocked how far off the top you are.
I'm pleased to see Brentford in 11th. They've still done well.
Oh, yeah, you don't care about that.
Yeah, of course you do.
So goals-wise, Araujo got you 28. El Mohammadi got you 19. Schmelz got 16 there.
Not too bad.
Yeah, your transfer budget for next season's 111 million.
Here we go. This is it.
Oh, God. Now I'm starting to panic a little bit. But I did get to the semi-final, and it's very frustrating. I lost 6-5 on aggregate, which meant, you know, it was a tough one as well. Really disappointing. Ran away with the league. Didn't even make the 3rd round of the DFB Pokal. Mönchengladbach knocked me out, who finished in 4th. So really, it's a terrible season for me. Wambier got 33 goals. Falia got 20. Not bad in a 34-game season. Dominated the average. Yeah, I finally lost games.
Yeah.
Finally lost games. What it is to be just an average team now. Now, goals-wise to me, Wambier got 44 in 44 games with 13 assists.
Unbelievable.
Outrageous when you consider he cost me 25 million. 30 goals from Falia as well. It's like, Falia also got 30 goals.
I mean, you'd be happy with that with 30 goals to your top striker, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's got 20 goals.
13 more.
So, unbelievable stuff. Musiala still going strong and signed a new contract. He's sticking by us for another year. I can't believe it. Jamal Musiala is going to be another Champions League final next season, hopefully. Transfer budget, £28 million. It's not a lot, but I don't really know what I need.
You can improve that team very
much
for
this. Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be an interesting summer to see what you do with your money. I don't think my team will change much, but let's find out. Yes, I was only really looking to improve one position, and I got the player in for that role in an Argentinian DM. Dad, on the other hand, had 2 big signings coming in with an amazing striker from Barcelona, and because he was losing Verbruggen in goal, replaced him with the biggest bargain from Brazil we've seen in years. Of course, course, Dad was also out to find a new system that could get the most out of his Chelsea side and settled on a very attacking style. And as much as it paid off in the opening game against a weaker opposition in Wolves, he was already dropping points against tougher sides in the league. Well, as I said, I didn't really need to do too much. So with installments, I bought Manchester City's DM, and I thought I'd make it easy for you in the Premier League that way.
Thank you very much. I'm happy with that.
But Reynoso joins, 29-year-old Argentinian. Really, the only position I kind of needed to improve was that DM position, and he goes in there. João Neves slipped out of the team after he's had a great career, but he's 34 now, just starting to age a little bit. So he now comes into the team, and the team looks very good going into this season.
Does look good.
So I am excited to lift the Champions League. Schedule, we've started off well as well, so that's been absolutely gravy. And the Champions League games that we have got ahead of us only really got Real Madrid and Arsenal.
Yeah.
I should be pretty much top.
Comfortably. And you're finishing on 2 home easy games, I feel, as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm confident of getting at least to the round of 16. Dad, let's have a look to see what you've been up to this summer, because you have, again, spent a lot of money. £45 million went out. There was a couple of other players as well. But the big signing, I think, was a keeper for £10 million.
What a keeper this is. I mean, my keeper was going to retire, I think he was.
He was leaving on a free contract, Verbruggen.
So I found this keeper for 10 million. What a keeper to replace.
Mental.
I was expecting to spend probably about 60 million on a keeper to get him that good.
Yeah.
10
and
million.
the rest.
I'm pleased with this.
And the rest.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have a weakness. He's that good. Then you got in Antony Sol, £107 million on a striker.
I've got 2 good strikers, and I'm playing 2 up front. I need a reserve striker.
Yeah.
All right, I've paid 100 million for this guy, but let the 3 of them fight it out. He's still good.
Yeah. And then finally you got Paulo Eli Dalfos.
I just wanted to put a player in midfield that if I got any injuries, in the defence, if I get any injuries, he's going to be helping out. So really, I've just felt like, as reserve players, I had a bit of a weakness there.
Yeah. Okay, so tactically, you have changed it round. This is bold.
I'm going for it. I got it, haven't I?
Very bold.
I might only get 1 chance at this. I mean, the team you got are a hell of a good. I've got a good side, but I've got to go for it.
Yeah, but I just think over-attacking tactics just don't seem to pay off that well in the Champions League, but we'll see.
I'm trying. I'm going for it.
It's been a bit of a ropey start too.
Yeah, it has,
Lost the second game of the Premier League 1-0. Drew to Liverpool at Anfield in bad.
I'm not too bad with that result.
He did beat Arsenal 6-2, who just won the Champions League.
Yeah, so that's give them a right hammering, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's sort of like a little tester for me, and I came through that one.
Yeah, because I think the Community Shield, all right, it's nice to win, but you just don't know whether they're putting their best team out, or it's just only it's not a kind of a non-competitive game, isn't it? But the Champions League fixtures that you have, Celtic and Milan to begin with. You got PSG in there as well.
That's my hardest game, really. So
yeah,
I'd be disappointed if I don't qualify.
Yeah, PSG made the final last season.
I mean, I finished with 2 away games, but you've classed that as 2 easy away games.
Yeah, definitely. So. But there we go. It's finally the first season that we're both in the Champions League, which I think we have contenders. When your Brentford team was in there, it was like, oh, it's nice that Brentford's in there. But were you realistically going to win it?
No.
I don't know.
No, they took me as far as I could. Well, I took them as far as they could go.
Yeah. So this is the season, the race of the Champions League, where we both have big contenders. Let's see what happens. Well, after the 8 league phase fixtures, Dad was in the top 8 of qualification, absolutely smashing PSG 5-0 along the way, while I was just missing out by a point and having to go into the knockout playoff round. But a comfortable 5-3 aggregate win over Real Sociedad then threw up a big shock, because the round of 16 draw inevitably did what both of us feared, and now we have to face each other. The first fixture threw up a fantastic match for the neutral, as Neves scored within 4 minutes. But just 5 minutes later, and Chelsea are through with Grimes and equalise. However, from kickoff with the ball down the left-hand side played across, it drops to new signing Reynoso, who smashes it into the top corner. After half-time, Dad's Chelsea side looked for a second equaliser of the match and got one in the 50th minute when Schmelz found the corner. But there was 1 goal left in this first leg, and it was Reynoso who once again fired home for Bayern Munich to make it 3-2. And we head to Stamford Bridge with that slight advantage into the second leg. But this is where it all came crumbling down for Bayern Munich, as Chelsea opened up the scoring and found a second very soon after. We pulled a corker back level through João Rego and even took the lead on aggregate once again in the second half. But the momentum shifted and Dad's Chelsea side didn't look back, scoring 4 very good goals of that response to completely shock my Bayern Munich side. And Dad's attacking system was simply too much for us to handle or control. And Dad's Chelsea team truly deserved their spot in the quarter-finals, where an AC Milan side await them managed by Vincent Kompany. But they were no contest for Dad's Blues as he defeated Milan 4-1 and 4-3. A semi-final tie against Manchester City could be an interesting one, and Dad takes a second-half lead in the first leg, only to be pegged back by a 91st minute equaliser. But somehow Dad kept the champions of England at bay quiet in the second leg, scoring the only goal of the game, meaning Dad will play in a Champions League final this season at Wembley Stadium against Club Brugge of Belgium. Okay, I won the league. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I also won the cup, but Dad has reached the Champions League final and has Club Brugge in the final. What? Club Brugge.
Well done, Club Brugge, for getting to the final.
I mean, yeah, fair play. You don't really see that very often. But I feel proper stitched up at the minute.
Well, problem is, mate, when you come up against the best, you got to beat the best. And I feel that I've beat the best already to get to the final.
I mean, this is an absolute sham. You finished second in the league, miles behind Man City still.
Yeah.
Won the Carabao Cup. Well done. That's nice.
Yeah.
In the Champions League, though, I mean, to be fair, you did beat big teams. But Club Brugge lost one game against Real Madrid and then only conceded one goal.
They deserve to be there. I mean, looking at that now, I'm a bit... Where I was a bit confident, now I'm a bit, I don't know now.
Yeah.
I didn't realise they were that good.
You lost one game against Gladbach, drew against Milan 1-6, beat PSG 5-0, by the way. Absolutely destroyed them. I lost 2 to Arsenal and Lyon, drew 1 to Real Madrid away from home, and then won my other 5. I should be in the top 8, but a loss to Lyon is not very good there. Then it just gets even weirder, because then I play the knockout playoff round. I knock out Real Sociedad, happy days, and we get drawn against each other in the round of 16. And I win the first leg, and Dad batters me 6-2 in the second leg at Stamford Bridge. Absolutely destroys me to go through and win 8-5. And you just think, well, surely he's going to come up against somebody a lot harder anyway, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Quarter-final, and I seen you were pulling up against AC Milan. I was like, oh, 8-4 win. Okay, semi-finals, got to be somebody difficult. Man City, lovely. They're running away with the Premier League. You beat them 2-1. I think, okay, final, who is it? Club Brugge, who, as you can see, beat Real Madrid 3-2 in the semi-final. In the quarter-final, if you weren't following, they beat Arsenal. Arsenal, who won it last year, by the way, 3-2. And in the round of 16, where obviously they didn't play in the other bit, the knockout player bit, they already got past that bit. Newcastle on penalties. So now you play against Club Brugge. And I bet you're all wondering, oh, they must have an unbelievable team. No, not really. This is their manager here. I mean, he's quite bang average, if I'm honest. I think my assistant manager has better attributes. This is their key player. Won't even get into either of our sides, I don't think.
I'm getting worried now because you're down in this team that are a really bad team and they could beat me.
I mean, to be fair, you look at how many goals he's been scoring. It's stupid amounts of goals. But this is... I don't know how they've done this. I really don't. They got some actually good players.
Yeah.
We are being a little bit harsh. They've got here for a reason. And they play a 4-2-3-1, which, yeah, you never know, but... You should be battering.
Not far the same line as I'm playing, really. Just one player, innit? Moved around.
Leonardo Araujo got 28. Sol got 21.
So my three strikers banged them in for me. So, yeah, I'm pleased with that.
Yeah. But we're going straight into the Champions League final now. Dad's first. The third overall in this race, the Champions League. And he's got to play Club Brugge in the final. All right, so your lineup, Dad. You've only got a couple of players out injured, including Schmetz.
Yeah, that was a bit disappointing.
Plays on the left.
Yeah, but this guy's just as good to come in, so I'm quite happy with that.
But the rest of the team...
Full strength side, I think.
Picks itself.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh, it's an early highlight as well. Ooh, First 10 minutes, you're picking the ball up. El Mohammadi. Oh, has he found her? Oh, back into the keeper's hands. But it's not going to end there. No. Something will happen for this. Now, Club Brugge have the ball. We must say, if Club Brugge manage to win this, I feel like both of us should just retire and we just... neither of us ever win the Champions League.
Closing down. Yes, well.
Wins it back. Grimes wins it back. Back to Antonio. What a steal he was.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, what a keeper.
Arguably one of the reasons why you got to the final.
I believe so, yeah.
Because a good goalkeeper can really change things. There's Araujo. Oh, he nearly picked up the ball again. But, oh, yeah, on it.
My defence is doing well
here.
Gonzalez. Yeah.
The Venezuelan picking the ball up. Grimes again.
Find the gap.
There's some space. There's
do it
a
in the middle.
couple of guys in the box.
That was out.
Back
That was out.
post. It's in.
I think that ball was out. I mean, I'm hoping it's
Julian
not.
Vicker.
I think it was out.
No, it would have counted. It would have said. They would have said. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a fantastic goal as well. That
What
ball
a cross
from
this
Kires.
was. What a cross.
El Mohammadi. I mean, it was on the line. It's close. What an header that is.
Especially since he's jumped backwards
Yeah.
to get to it as
It
well.
looks like it's going to be Gorbunov who's going to come in and out of that. Nope. He leaps higher. It's 1-0.
Come on.
Oh, a free kick though. You can't help set pieces. And it's a goal. Maybe this is how they got to the final.
Yeah.
They
Set
got
pieces.
Austin McPhee as their set piece coach.
Oh, no.
It's a cracking header at the back
was,
post. Somebody falls asleep and doesn't jump. And who is that man? Gonzalez. Yeah, left back. Tough one.
Yeah, let's put him right back in it again.
You've had the majority of the ball. It's 63% possession at this point, but they've had more shots.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those statistics that don't really mean a lot.
Oh, knocking over.
Oh, what a good ball. What a good pass. Oh. Cleared, though. Grimes has got it again. The attack continues. Oh, it's a lovely pass. Araujo is going to
What a
go to
ball that was.
VAR, but I think you're absolutely safe.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think-
think that's offside.
No.
No way. The linesman would probably have had his flag up. They're all complaining, though. I don't think it is.
Rest. Linesman's
It's
out, isn't it?
unbelievable play down that right-hand side. And it's a goal.
Gets in.
It's a goal. The best
What
bit
a ball
about
that
this about this goal is a little interaction between these two. The
Yeah.
1-2 here is phenomenal. Because that touch and little stab pass, the Club Brugge defenders are asleep. And Araujo pokes
Stood
it
there
in.
watching, yeah.
And it's 2-1 just before half-time. Half-time then, 2-1. You've had
Pleased
the
with
majority of the shots.
Yep.
Possession is in your favour. Any changes?
No. Happy with this so far.
Straight into the second half.
Yes.
And straight into a highlight within a minute. Can you kind of start seeing the game out? Or will they bounce back immediately after getting a bit of a hairdryer treatment at half-time?
Close them down.
This
Come
Club Brugge side who have been the underdogs all
Get in.
year.
Come on in.
Is it one step too far for them, though? Araujo
Oh, well played, well played. Cut it in, mate. There he
cuts
is.
it back. Gonzalez.
Get in! What a goal he just made up for his bad defensive
Goal.
thinking. Get in!
What a goal that is.
What a left foot volley that was.
It's just occurred to me that you've been sacked twice on this journey. I have reached 2 Champions League finals
Shot that is.
and been done. Do you remember Jorgensen's mistake? Because I bloody do. And now you are almost one hand on the trophy already. And it just doesn't feel fair.
Come on. Oh, come on.
Right on the hour mark. About 30 minutes to go.
Another goal would just kill this game right off.
And it would be yours. There's Grimes at the back post.
Oh,
Off
the
the
post.
post. Oh, it's a big chance.
Let's hope it doesn't come back and haunt me.
Well, the clock's winding down. There's no way
Come
Club
on, 2
Brugge
minutes.
can score 2 goals now. Dad, you are the Champions League winners. And you are the winner of the race to the Champions League. After being sacked twice, having to watch me
we
play
go. Here
2
we go.
Champions League finals, watching Jorgensen make that big mistake against Chelsea, and you go on and lift the trophy yourself. There you are, I've made you as small as possible. Congratulations. I don't know how you've managed to do it.
Thank you.
I mean, I do know how you did it. You played Club Brugge in the final.
Well, you just got to take what's put in front of you, you know. I'm going to beat you.
But yeah, you did. On the way
get
to the
there.
final, you beat me on the way. Congratulations. You are the winner of the race to the Champions League. I hope you enjoyed the series. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and don't miss what we got coming up next.